The fuel pump is one of the most important components of your Kawasaki Mule fuel system. This bean functions in the same way as the human heart does in its body, pumping the fuel that is required to run the internal combustion engine, ICE. Relay performs many functions of the vehicle simultaneously, which is impossible without a relay. If you are also experiencing UTV not starting due to no fuel supply in the engine, then you must be wondering how to bypass the fuel pump relay. So, let's take a little look at the Kawasaki Mule 3010 fuel pump relay bypass. As a whole, most people probably look to use a bypass to the fuel pump relay when they face problems such as the engine hard starting, engine stalling while driving, noise from the fuel pump, and the fuel pump constantly priming. Fuel pump relay bypass on side-by-side is okay for the short term or emergency, but if you are thinking of it for the long term, then I would suggest the Kawasaki Mule 3010 fuel pump relay bypass of your faulty fuel pump relay with a new one as early as possible. Otherwise, you will face several effects of the Kawasaki Mule fuel pump relay bypass, which are the following: such as battery drains off, continuous fuel pump noise, deactivation of safety features, reduced fuel pump life, and hot wire getting burned. Before getting into our video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. It means a lot to us. If you are interested in reading such insightful content about UTV, visit our website www.offroadingutv.com. Link is given in the description. Let's back to the video. Now have a look at some most common problems with your Kawasaki Mule fuel pump. First problem is problem with fuel pump and wire harnesses. In this problem, the fuel pump stops working properly and eventually gets damaged due to the fuel filter when it tends to lubricate and cool down both the motor and the fuel pump. The second one is problems with the throttle body and sensor. This problem arises when you crank your vehicle. The crankcase is vented to the air intake tubing per US EPA regulations and not from the atmosphere. So, when oil vapor enters the vent system, it gets trapped in the engine and eventually burns up. And these oil vapors tend to gum the throttle body. Third issue is overheating issues under seats poor idling. This happens because the air vents are assembled under the floor, which keeps on sending unrestricted airflow to the engine compartment, which causes the heating issue. Next one is trouble with gear shifting. A group of users have claimed that the gear feels jammed in the vehicle when they upshift or downshift it. If you need a piece of thorough information about the shifting problem, then you can check this post. And last major problem is electrical power loss. This happens when your vehicle battery suffers from issues such as not having enough charge, not charging because of the bad charging system, loose battery terminals, or corrosion clogged the battery wiring connections, or even if the battery is broken. The first symptom of having a bad fuel pump is having your engine light on. You might get AP0087 or AP0190, both having to do with lack of fuel pressure. Now, these codes are only triggered if your UTV has a fuel pressure sensor. Your UTV might not even have one, so you won't see these codes, but you might see AP0171 for a lean condition, which means there's more error than fuel ratio in the combustion process. Get full and thorough information about the Kawasaki Mule 4010 compression test. The second symptom you might be facing is crank but no start. You hear the crank, meaning the starter is working properly to turn on the engine, but it won't do anything because there isn't fuel being pressurized in the system due to a defective fuel pump. For a UTV to start, it needs air, fuel, and spark to start the combustion process. For complete detail about this topic, go and check our website, link given in the description. Thank you. That is for the video. Please subscribe to our channel and like the video.